Hello there, guys. I just set up a little screencast walking you through what a nice exploratory report looks like. I wanted to start this one off. This is the website, guys. Again, I have to encourage all of you, really all of you. I know some of you are sophomores, going to be going into junior year. Some of you are juniors going into senior year. If you make it through this course in terms of passing, which the only way you're not going to make it through is if you're really not turning anything in at this point. I've been flexible with the deadlines and I'm grading things pretty delicately. So I don't see any real problems there. But I do just have to stress if you've done a good amount of work here in terms of the exploratory reports and reading chapters and just getting a sense of how all of this works. But you did not get the payoff of the original reports and getting to leave class and do some interviews and press passes and all that. So I really encourage all of you to sign up for the Journalism 2 class. It is simply an extension of this. So you know the routine, you know what you'll be doing. There's not a lot of new heavy lifting to do. It kind of is going to be more of what you guys missed. There'll be academic work to complete. Of course, it's class and school, but the part that you guys missed out on was the real experience of reporting, like being an actual reporter, and that's what Journalism 2 is going to focus on. Whereas this class, the first 4 or 5 weeks, or I guess really 6, 7 weeks when we were in school, focus on like the academic portion. And just when we were about to get to the fun part, you guys got cut short. So I really do, if you pass this class, I really do hope that you'll sign up for Journalism 2 at some point in your remaining Eastchester career. I'll give you another English credit or whatever it is, elective credit, and we'll have some fun in that class. You guys know how I run things. So I hope to see some of you sign up for that in the future. Okay, so now what this screencast is going to be about is setting up one of these websites. I guess I'll start off by showing you a couple of these websites that the students created. I'm saying websites, you could call them portfolios, whatever you like, really. So let's see here. This is one of the reports I used for the exploratory report. This is what an exploratory report, by the way, looked like when it was submitted here. And if you want to get a breakdown of this, I did it in this other video, which is processing right now, and I'll copy you guys over to. And this is what it looked like on your website page, guys. So these students were all told they'd be using their work as examples. So this is what the person decided to put here on their homepage. It's what you call your landing page. Why do we need journalism? They just titled it 21st Century Journalism, e-portfolio. I don't want to I'm not going to edit their site right now because they still have access to it. And some of these kids still update it and use it for different things. So why do we need journalism? They get you an image on there, a nice background image up here related to news and broadcasting, simple with the newspaper in the background. And if you see, it's so easy, guys, like change image. So my mouse is dying on me. Change image, header type, meaning bigger or smaller, that kind of thing. A little passage about why journalism is so important, a quote about journalism, okay? And then a few of the major takeaways: truth and accuracy, accountability, and transparency, which I love that they put some takeaways down there. We get the About Me page, which most people put an image and a little bit about themselves. Their exploratory reports, let's see what they have here. So yeah, they have a landing page. Landing page is when you just click on the heading. And then here's, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reports, each with an image. So this student decided, I didn't tell them, to go to a girls' soccer game on senior night, write a report about it. That's what I mean, guys. When I say the original reports are fun, this student, for one of their original reports, went to a soccer game, jotted down the score, who scored the goals, this and that. Took a couple pictures of the team. I believe this is afterwards, or maybe they might have taken this ahead of time after a practice one day. That's the seniors on the team. But more or less, the point is where the exploratory report requires reading and research and all this and that, this student went to a soccer game, okay, right outside at the high school, watched the game, took some notes, interviewed a few players afterwards, and wrote their report. So here's what their landing page looks like for their original reports. This was on Mr. Johnson. He used to coach track back in the day, and he returned this year to coach track again. But again, you see the student wasn't just interested in sports, but also players club. So they did a report on leading ladies. All right. So this was basically attending the show, and which I know a lot of people would do anyway, and getting some pictures and getting some quotes from the people who put the show on and the actors. Again, guys, this is a matter of going down to the cafeteria and interviewing a couple of the actors in the play. This is a matter of either emailing Mr. Gordiak, who puts these plays on, or walking down the hall when they're having rehearsal, okay? And attend the event, take a couple pictures, and you're golden. Similar thing here. These are not long, hard assignments. These are usually fun, guys. This student attended a winter concert, spreading holiday cheer through music. Interview a couple of the people who plays, maybe the teacher who directs all of it, and there. So then EHS hosts their first model congress conference. This was our first time hosting, not participating. So what do? You go to Model Congress Club meeting one day, you get a picture. You ask them how it went. You ask them what it was like. You talk to Miss Crowley, and you're good to go. So this would involve realistically going to a club meeting, interviewing the advisor, taking a picture of the club, and maybe attending this first conference. So, and again, you're doing 5 of these and you're picking the topics. So these, I'm telling you guys, are kind of fun. These were up her alley, so that's why she picked these. Exploratory reports. Wanted to show, let's see how she laid these out. I haven't looked at these in a while, so let me come up here. So that's your landing page where all of your original reports will be. And this is, let's take a look at, the soccer one. There we go. Beautifully done. All right. Nicely laid out, a couple images, and that's it, guys. That's the story. Now, if you're thinking, oh, that doesn't seem like a whole lot, it's not a whole lot, guys. It's a few paragraphs of writing. It tells the information. It tells the story. That's the end of it. And it gives us some nice accompanying images. Is that enough for a report? Take a look at this, guys. This is the Reuters website here. This is about these riots going on, protests, whatever you prefer to call them, in Minnesota. They have a video interview here of what the governor had to say, along with some startling images. And look, here is your full story. There's your lead. The governor, Tim Walz, blah, blah, blah. I read this in the other video I'm going to post. And then you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short paragraphs, guys. That's it. It tells you what the article is going to be about here, and here in the lead. Then it says a little bit more about what Walz, the governor, had to say. It says why the protests are happening. Gives us a quote to back that up. Apologizing. Ooh, this was juicy, guys. We would be talking about this in class. They arrested a CNN reporter who was actually, like an on-scene reporter, like, we're here live at this. As he was doing that, they arrested him. So that's really interesting if you could find that online. He ended up being released a short while later, but nevertheless, he was cuffed and even arrested. I don't know if that word should be there, because he's not being charged with anything. They apologized and let them go. And he was, I guess you are arrested if you're cuffed and taken into custody. But I was watching before. He was, you can't see me. I just pointed at my TV. He was reporting again a few hours later. So this happened early this morning, Friday morning, and a few hours later, he was free. So I want to show you now how to build the site a little bit. Well, I guess I want to give you another couple examples. This is Anthony Evangelista in one of his reports right now. Here's his homepage. Who am I? Little picture, little bit about him. Okay. He has his exploratory reports, his original reports right here. He did the film continuum, the Players Club musical, EHS football team suffering injuries, the Augie Nardone charity game, and this here this is about how work really builds up on kids toward the end of second quarter, because first quarter, some people feel is a little bit easier. You're just easing back into school. And second quarter, you're really hit with the schoolwork. And by the end, you're trying to make things up, scramble, and this and that. So that's what that story was about. He's into photography, so he put a photography tab. And he actually went to like a camp. I think he's interested in becoming a broadcaster. So he actually has a few like live hits that he's done, not live hits, but like mock breaking news, that kind of thing. This was hysterical. I won't play it on him, but this is him, his persuasive desk shot, I guess you would say here, where he's basically saying, if you see his shirt, Montana is not a state. And that's it. So that's what a couple of them look like. And to build them, I'm actually it's 12:57. I'm going to pause this and come back to it because I got to meet you guys live right now. All right. Oh. Okay, guys. So I am just going to walk you through quickly, not the whole process of getting to one of these kind of finished product sites. But there's a bunch of different ways to lay it out just on your homepage. Celia kind of put a few of her reports right on the homepage, as I showed you earlier. I'm not going to go through all of this again, but different people go with different things on their homepage. Who am I? And a little bit about journalism and the takeaways. So back to the creation of one of these guys. I showed you quickly in one of our live meetings, but this is it. So first of all, I hope you guys all know about like your Google Drive page, all right? There's a Eastchester is Still Reading video I contributed, or image I contributed. So go to your drive. I do things in folders. So like anything I do for journalism classes in my 21st century journalism folder. It's what I recommend. I even have a fall 19, spring 2020, and then the different categories and topics I teach. But anything that's just kind of like a random model, I just do here. Either way. I can't take you to my email because like there's kids' names and everything right away. But this is basically there. In the top right of your email, you have these dots, guys. Drive is key. I know some of you, I've noticed a lot of you actually go straight to Google Docs. You'll type in like Google Docs and click on it, like something like this. And I'm always surprised when I see this because I don't even like this method, because as it loads, okay, yes, docs.google.com. And it takes me to like this templates page and yada, yada. And I pick blank, I pick template, I pick whatever any of this stuff is down here. I don't want to look at or deal with any of that. I want to be in my 21st century journalism folder, and I want to open a doc, and bang, I open a doc. There is no going to a website. There is nothing else. So the first thing I do each morning when I'm doing Eastchester school related stuff, or for my job, is I open my drive. This is my home base each morning. And if you guys, particularly while we're learning digitally like this, I highly recommend you keep yourself organized the same way. And again, you see the difference rather than having to type in Google Docs and this and that. New doc, boom, it comes up. So same thing, guys. I'm in my journalism folder. New, you don't have to be in any folder. You could just keep it all right on your whatever your home drive page would look like. Mine would have 1,000 things. Actually, look, I'm pretty organized. I only have a few things, and then the rest go into the folders. So new, over here, Google Sites. Okay. So I would make mine, if I had to pick, I would go with ePortfolio. Some people have titled it, I don't like the way those two dashes look. Or, yep, that's better. R. Heinemann, ePortfolio. Okay, something like that. Now, change image. Let's select image or upload. Upload would be, for example, if I were to newspaper. And just, I don't know, random, something like this. can kind of just, what do I want to do here? Is that going to take me to the image or what? So now if I'm doing things the right way, I'm going to cite where I got this from on one of my back end pages. But for now, since we're just doing this, we'll go save image as news paper. 1, 2, 3, because I probably have done it before. Save to my desktop. So now I come here, upload, and I just realized that all those say Miami Herald, so I actually don't love that one. I wouldn't want just Miami Herald stuff. Come on, where are you now? You should be on my desktop. Date modified. Newspaper down there. Okay. Open. File type not supported. All right, great. So select image. Let's see what they have here. Oh, okay. I should have just done like this. Forgot it's Google I'm working with, and they're ready for this. I'm just picking a random one, guys. Yeah, this is much easier. Adjusting for readability. Done. So there's my ePortfolio. Now, that looks a little bold, that image, and there's ways to, like, what is this? Oh, remove readability adjustment. So what that means is my font, to make my font more readable. I want my name and portfolio to be bolder, so like that. Do I want it to be italicized? Not particularly, but I'll stick with the bold. And I wonder if there's different, I thought there was a way to do different fonts here. Emojis and symbols, so that's that. Then the first thing you're going to want to do here is create some pages, all right? So you're going to have your home page is there, but there's no reason to have a home page button because right now this is your whole site. So I want my first page to be about a home button and an about me button. If I went bold there, I'll probably want to go bold here. Okay. I also would probably switch up my background here. I'm not going to do that because I just showed you. Select image. I actually like to write, so let's go with that. There you go. Now, I would hope you would choose something more personal. Again, I'm doing this as a rush. So let's see here. Select image, Google Drive. There we go. Let's see if this will work. that's a little too big, but just for example, guys, all right? So big it's creepy, so let's go back to the typewriter. But you see what I mean? Like, it's that easy to change the videos or anything. So I guess the way to go here would be to save this image to your drive, and then, because that made it very easy for me to do here. Also, title my site. I'm in the ePortfolio. Now, on About Me, one thing I would have, I got to get rid of those eyes just staring at me. I don't like it. Too big. I'm not saying put a picture of yourself there, but a picture of something you're into, something you're interested in, that kind of thing. So then down here, what we'd kind of want to do is About Me page. No, we don't want to duplicate. We want to add, not new page, but what do we want to add here? Before I even get into adding the little things, let's go here with new page again. Original reports. And as you see, we're building across the top. Exploratory reports, done. And then I would say, oh, for me, yeah, I should do this actually. Run the Habitat Club, done. And I don't know. What else? I guess I could do this class, give this class a page. That kind of thing. So, but you get the point. I'm adding tabs across the top. Now, in my exploratory reports, I would come over here and I would come over here and I would add a subpage. So let's say it was about Players Club, or let's say it was about like EHS football. Oh, this is exploratory. So let's do like what Brianna did, the war in Yemen. Something like that. As you see, it's going to drop down. What's another topic? Inez till death, or let's say it, use in South Carolina, something like that. Done. And oh, no, see, I did it wrong there. I want to put this not there. Come on, I should be able to drag this. All right, whatever. Delete. I meant to do it as a sub page, but I did it as a page on its own. So Carolina, and then one more, one that I think Lou was working on. And give them fun headings, that kind of thing. But there are your exploratory reports. Now each one has its own thing. So when it comes to now that you have your pages set up, you might want to go insert. Let's say image. Maybe we want to put the first thing we want to put is an image. So select. And again, you're not going to do this here, guys. This is where you guys are going to use the images from your reports. Climate change. Let's just see what they have. Not scary, but since it's easy, I'm just doing this as a demo. Let's do it like that. Now there's a way to. Okay, so I can crop. What is this going to do for me? Yes. Okay, so I can make it bigger if I want. I could center it how I want. Okay, so maybe I go with a couple. Insert image, select. Climate change, map. Again, this is not where you're going to pull your images from for this. You're going to pull your images. I'm going to see what I can do here with cropping. There we go. Nice. So I can make them uniform, close to uniform. And one more. Upload. Nope, not upload. Cancel. Image. Select. Search. And I think, oh yeah, something a little sad. Animals struggling, poor guys. All right, so there's my climate change article. Then I would go text box, and I'd go probably big right across the top title. Climate change, let's say, and this would be up here most likely, or you could just leave it vague as you're heading for the page. 2020 update. Maybe Lou names it something like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go underneath. Can I enter down easily? Yes, I can. I'm going to go underneath, and I'm going to go normal size text now by Lou. Okay. That kind of thing. And now what I would likely do, I didn't mean to move that. What I would likely do is, let me delete that excess, is just leave that as its own text box, okay? The reason why is because now what I can do is put an image, let's say. No, I'm not doing upload, I'm doing select. Select, let's see, melt. Be too general. Let's see if they get what I'm going for here. Yeah. Okay. So let's say Lou's article is going to talk about like the ice caps or glaciers melting away. Now he has this over here. Boom. Come on. Where are you? Trash. Oh, it just came up. Is there an undo button for this one? No. So images. I'm rushing, so this video doesn't take forever. But I do want you guys to see this melting. Which one did I pick? We go with this, I guess. Insert, put her over here, and then I believe the way you're going to go is text box, but I want the text box to be up next to the image. There's a way to do that, which I'm not recalling right now. Or is it that you put the image into, oh yes, that's what it is that you would put the image into the text box. I have to fiddle with this. It's been a while since I've done it. Oh yeah, there we go. So now that that's got space, what's that? Double click, text. There we go. That's what she is. That's where it is. So now here's where Lou would start his article. Here's where Lou would start his article. And more or less what you do is you get a good amount of text. I'll just pull from, for example, I'll just steal this text for a quick second. And again, I'm just doing this for the model purposes. You get a nice block of text here. Let's see, where are we? Paste. And boom, actually that lined up perfectly. So now what will happen is I can keep this spread out and I could take a little more text. Copy. Paste. And see, now I have it, and I'll fiddle with this a little bit. That kind of thing. But if you see now it's like kind of wrapped around the image, the text, all right? And then I would probably put another image here and put the text over here. So that's how you want to lay it out on your page. That's how you want to make your tabs and your reports and things like that. And there's a lot of fun things you could do too, guys. If there's, like if you were doing a climate change thing and there was a video related to one of your articles, you could embed it from YouTube or wherever it is right here. If you need help with that, I'll happily walk you through that one day. But that's all I wanted to show you is how, so this isn't obviously all filled out, but what are we at here? I know I spent the first few minutes of this recording just showing you a few of them, but in about whatever, the last 15 minutes, I just created this and, you know, looks pretty good. So it's easy to do. There's no reason not to give this a try in the next week or two to just showcase what you have. I really do hope you take the Journalism 2 class. So by the end of that, man, you guys would have a nice thing here. You'd have probably a drop down just like this, right? But with your original reports, and you'd probably have 7 to 10 of them. It would look really nice. We'd have an About Me page with a resume and that kind of thing, which I'd help you work on. And yeah, so there you go. That's a quick little walkthrough of your Google site creation and your portfolio. Also, remember, guys, this is meant to be like your final product, your final project for the class, your final exam for the class was to kind of have a website and show the website off. That would, for you guys who didn't get the chance to do it this year, that would roll into next year for you. But I hope that helps. To anybody who's interested, and I hope you guys are all interested. So I'll post this on YouTube along with the other video as soon as they are done processing.